Nigeria, a nation brimming with vibrant energy, immense potential and a youthful, dynamic population, has long seen its promise muted by significant challenges. High unemployment, a heavy reliance on import and the underutilization of abundant natural resources have hindered its progress. The statistics paint a stark picture of a 37.7% unemployment rate, 20 million children out of school, and a GDP that falls short of reflecting the nation's true capacity that calls for urgent need for change. The Nigerian Constitution tasked the National Assembly with ensuring peace, order, and good governance.
And I ask you, the legislature, to join me as we enter the second half of our term to put forth innovative legislation that further encourages industrial development and job creation in our urban centers, while also drafting laws that improve food security and production. To further underpin our economic vision, we introduced a competitive tax reform package, a vital component of our economic re-engineering. I am deeply grateful to both chambers of this House for your thorough consideration and deliberation of these bills, and I look forward to signing them into law soon. Again, your collaboration across party lines on these bills has been a model of democratic partnership. You are great. As elected leaders, we must continue to do more to make real the dream of Nigerian political and economic democracy.
However, achieving true peace and order becomes difficult amidst such profound economic disparities. Technology permeates every aspect of modern life, from the ubiquitous cell phones to solar-powered homes and vehicles. A crucial common component in these technologies is the battery. What if a single piece of legislation could usher in a new era for Nigeria, reweaving its economic fabric not just for survival, but for genuine prosperity and global leadership?
Technology to Nigeria and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Clement Jimbo. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 12 October 2023. I now invite Honorable Jimbo to move that the bill be read a second time.
My name is Clement Jimbo. I represent the very good people of Abak, Etemekbu, and Ika Federal Constituency. I am from Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, colleagues, I rise this afternoon to move a motion for the second reading of the bill for an act to establish the National Commission for Technology Transfer, Promotion, and Acquisition. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
When I was elected and inaugurated to represent my people in the 10th House of Representatives, I looked at Nigeria, the 774 local government areas. I equally look at the 6 geopolitical zones. Then I equally looked at the north and southern Nigeria. I equally mirror into the abundant natural resources that God has blessed a nation with. I also looked at what was our means of exchange when there was no fiat money. By that I mean paper money. I discovered that what was predominantly in existence, which we use in our commerce, was straight by barter. Then I peep into the statistics as reeled out by Bureau of Statistics, the major statistical body in Nigeria, with to a greater extent data sovereignty. And I saw clearly that aside our population that is over 200 million as a nation, we are equally using over 200 million handsets every day. We are using over 12 million cars as reeled out by Bureau of Statistics, and hundreds of thousands of households with solar panels. And I looked at the resources we have and what these resources, solid mineral, is capable of doing in our economy and for our nation, vis-a-vis ramping up our gross domestic product and equally creating a whole lot of employment for our people and equally generating revenue for the running of our nation. And I came to realize that one major ingredient or one major natural resources that has not been tapped, so to say, to add value to it in our nation is called lithium. Then I equally discovered that lithium is one of the vital ingredients that is used in the production or manufacture of battery. Battery is a device, is one of the components in an handset that powers handsets, powers cameras, powers laptop, iPad, even our cars. So many devices that are battery operated. One of the ingredients is called lithium. Then I equally looked at that in Nigeria we have lithium in abundance. And I said to myself, what is lacking for us to add value to these raw materials is simply the technology. I said, okay, since so to say we are lacking in the technology, can we leverage on what was in existence before the advent of fiat money, which was trade by barter, to bring in the needed technology in order to add value to what God has blessed us with in the solid mineral sector? So I came up with the bill for the establishment of the National Commission on Technology Transfer. By the grace of God, the bill has scaled through first reading, scaled through second reading, scaled through public hearing, now and about to be listed for maybe consideration in the House and third reading and possibly pass. So it is important for Nigerians to know that what the bill seeks to offer Nigerians is not in isolation with what other developed nations have used to develop their nation. For example, in China, there are certain products that cannot enter into the country of China until there are certain regulations that will enhance that this product is likely going to create employment for their teeming population, add to their gross domestic product, and the rest of them. Another country in focus is a country called Indonesia. Of course, we know the running battle the country had with Apple until Apple had to place in to develop, to establish a manufacturing company of about $1 billion in Indonesia before they can allow their product to penetrate the country called Indonesia. So in Nigeria, we can equally put this legal framework in place and say to any nations who wants to bring in product into Nigeria, we tell him yes, it's a good thing. But you must intentionally, deliberately give us the technology to develop or manufacture a component of the device that you want to send into Nigeria. So with that in place, many of our teeming youths will have jobs to do. It will add value to our gross domestic product big time. It will create employment, massive one. Imagine that the cars that we use, over 12 million cars in Nigeria, the batteries are produced or manufactured here. Imagine that the 200 million handsets that we use in Nigeria, the batteries are produced here. imagine that all the cameras that we use in videoing and recording our events are equally manufactured. The batteries are manufactured here. Just look at the multiplier effect that will have on our economy. So I like to tell Nigerians this bill is completely for the holistic development of our nation.
The key ingredient in battery production is lithium, a vital solid mineral. The exciting news, widely reported by international and local media, is the discovery of significant lithium deposits across Nigeria. This brings us to the core of Honorable Clement Jimbo's bill, which proposes the establishment of the National Commission for Technology Transfer, Acquisition and Promotion. This commission will be overseen by a governing council comprising representatives from key ministries, agencies and academic institutions.
Honorable Clement is one of the newcomers I admire and respect so much as a lawmaker. His impact during the last 2 years has shown that his people did the right choice by voting him to be their representative here, and also Nigerians are lucky to have someone like him. His bill on the floor of the House is one of the best bills so far, I would say, because this is a country endowed with natural resources which cannot be found in certain part of the world, only here in Nigeria. So Honorable Clement has brought it to the attention of the people, the government in particular, that we should devise a means of transfer of technology. For example, Dangote refinery built his refinery here so that crude oil could be refined rather than take it out of the country. So technology can also be brought in here with our natural resources. We have everything here. We should not let them take our raw materials out of the country and bring it as finished goods and sell it 200 times the actual production amount. So I would want a situation whereby the government key into the bill being moved by Honorable Francis, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should quickly assent to it, whereby there will be transfer of technology. Our natural resources will be manufactured here, converted into finished products here in Nigeria. This will create large employment for our people. It will also bring in good foreign investors to come down here, set up companies, and be rest assured of their security on investment. Because by the time we move most of our things back into the country, my sister, our economy will go to one of the top 10 in the world. China started from there, Korea started from there, Japan started from there. So what stops Nigeria too from doing that?
The technology transfer bill is a proven tool for development which has been adopted by several countries around the world. The concept behind the bill is to increase foreign direct investment, improve value addition across raw materials and raw minerals in any given country, leverage on the skilled labor force in that country to create jobs for millions of young people in the country. In this case, we have seen several countries adopt these policy documents as a working tool to develop their country. Even more recently, we saw Indonesia leverage on their rich mineral reserves, specifically nickel, to ensure that Apple was able to set up a $1 billion Apple manufacturing plant in Indonesia. These are many of the success stories behind the concept of the technology transfer bill. You can also look at India, for example, a country that was able to leverage on the same concept to grow the manufacturing sector of their country, increasing their contribution to GDP to over 17% in the space of 4 years. They also use this to develop the inflow of foreign direct investment into the country from 32 billion to over 80 billion in the same space of 4 years. So you can see that the concept behind the technology transfer bill is a proven and tested policy tool for development. In line with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's vision, the renewed hope vision to create jobs for millions of Nigerians, increase foreign direct investment, and improve our GDP as a country, Honorable Clement Jimbo has been able to fashion this policy document, a robust policy framework that I would like to call it, that will help the president rapidly actualize his goals. This policy document will not only address the issue of unemployment in the country, but it will help Nigerians and Nigeria as a country to improve value addition and take their place as the giant of Africa in the value addition space. You see, the concept behind this bill falls largely in line with improving the manufacturing sector in our country, because you will see massive improvements and massive inflow of foreign direct investments flowing into the country, taking advantage of our large mineral reserves to set up manufacturing plants and then transfer the idea and the knowledge behind this technology, thereby creating millions of jobs for young Nigerians in the country.
Well, I actually do not know that lithium can be found in Nigeria, but now I have got to know that yes, it can actually be found in Nigeria. And with that, I think it will be very much, easier for we, the sellers, because the consumers out there, they always complain that the price is too high, that sometimes. But since it can be found in Nigeria, I guess the government should help out, push it to the market so that it will be cheaper for we, the sellers, and the consumers as well.
Yes, I know lithium is used to make battery, but we're happy with that. That means if we get something cheaper and quality, that our people will benefit well with that. We need government to put hand and more organized of people that buying accessories or something like that from outside country to get it in Nigeria. Now what we have here for them.
The proposed legislation represents more than just a bill. It embodies a vision for a Nigeria that stands tall on the global stage, a testament to its ingenuity, its resources, and the unwavering spirit of its people.
You look at the product that has been imported into Nigeria for the past 1 year, 2 years. Batteries are part of those things that we have imported. So if this bill has become an act, obviously most of those things that we have imported in the last 1 year, 2 years would have been produced here. Our raw materials would have been added value to. Our young able-bodied men and women would have gained employment. Our gross domestic product would have been ramped up. And our import-export trade surplus that we have today would have possibly increased. So, yes, the speed with which we want to deliver is not there. Though not entirely on our fault, it's just the bureaucratic nature of the Nigerian system, which we are equally here to see to it that things that must not be delayed should not be delayed. Things that must be expedited must be expedited. And Nigerians are eagerly waiting to see the transformation of this nation.
This is Nigeria's lithium dream, and it is a dream within reach. Undeniably, if this bill becomes law, Nigeria will hold considerably bargaining power. It's not merely about extracting resources, it's about transforming them.